My name's Mr. Adams, and one of the fun things I get to do when I'm away from school is cover Osage sports on 102.7 with Craig Allen. So Craig is an Osage grad. He graduated, I think, 2002, and he was in the first class of students I ever taught. So he was a 7th grader when I met Craig. And then, of course, he graduated, and we kind of, didn't talk for a long time. But then about 3 years ago, he called me up and just said, hey, I've got an opening. I need someone to help me cover Osage basketball games. Would you jump in and do that with me? And my first answer was no. I just didn't think it was for me. I'm not a great basketball player. I'm not some great sports analyst. And so I was like, Craig, I just don't think this is for me. I don't think this is I don't think it fits me. But he just kind of kept at it. And I said, okay, we'll try one game. And so we tried a game, and one game turned into a season, and this is my 3rd year doing it. To me, it's just, we're just having a conversation. We're just talking about what we see. And Craig is really the one with the skills. So Craig, he does the play-by-play, and he is gifted at it, and what he can communicate in such a short amount of time is I'm amazed every time. And I just get to pipe in, and anytime there's kind of a break, I'm just piping in on kind of anything kind of special I see. Sometimes I feel like my role is just being Captain Obvious, pointing out the things that everybody knows. I'm just trying to have a conversation. But it's just, the longer I do it, the more comfortable I get, just two guys having a conversation about a game. That's really his passion. He loves doing this. He loves covering Osage games. I love it as well, but it's just man, he bleeds maroon and white in terms of just covering Osage sports. And I said, well, how would someone get to where you are? And he talked about when he was young, he would just he and his brother, they would just do play-by-play just in their house. He said, just watch sporting events. You can't watch enough in terms of any kind of sport, any kind of game, and just practice. Just talk about what you see and kind of play with it, and he's been doing that ever since he was a teenager, I think, and that's how he's gotten where he is. Craig is a lot of fun to be around. He's got a great sense of humor, and so the conversations we have and the laughs we have together are a hoot. And then just seeing Osage athletes be successful, and that's kind of the negative side too, because you just get so emotionally invested in watching, whether it's girls basketball or boys basketball or football. When they lose, it's you feel that, and that is hard. But when they win and when they do things, when they hit the top end of their spectrum in terms of potential, that's a lot of fun to see, to celebrate that with them. Probably I would relay back just to being positive when what you're seeing is not positive, because teams have bad games. Teams have nights where they don't perform well, and yet, we're Osage fans. And so our commitment, Craig and I, and this comes from him first, is we're not there to be critical of Osage athletes. We always want to stay positive. And so just maintaining that positivity, even when maybe a team or an athlete is struggling.
The tight fit, you're way over there. You feel so far away.
Well, I have felt some distance in our relationship recently.
You know what? We'll rectify that. Maybe we'll get our own press box next week.
Where's Phil? Where's Dr. Phil? We need some help, I feel like.
Osage first possession of the night. Trusty back in the pistol. Williams and Colonius next to him. There's the handoff to Colonius around the edge, and he's got some room into the secondary. Looking for a block downfield. Now the ball is out and knocked out, but Colonius grabs it out of bounds after the big gain. So Colonius with the big gain on first down, lost a handle on it, but corrals it just as it goes out of bounds. So Osage just outside the red zone here after the first play. You glance at the program and the pregame, and then you never look back at it. You don't talk about the players on the other team, Steve.
And I've had no one complain about that. No Osage fan outside of yourself says, Steve, I wish you'd talk about the opponents more.
I've had quite a few complaints. And someone on Twitter, @Beefcake, says they're tired of you not saying the other players' names. Second free throw good, makes it 7-5 here in the first quarter.